don't like doing the time trials, you're not gonna like the game. Yeah, it's not Mirror's Edge 2. It's completely different. Which kind of makes me sad. Like, they revamped the combat. Which is, yeah, the optional combat that was in the first game. Like, you could still, like, run past all the enemies. Like, they even added a thing that helps you run past the enemies. Yeah, like, alright. Like, you have the only they have a HUD, but there's only one thing on the HUD, and I don't even know why they have it, because it's just your health. Like, you really don't need to see your health. But yeah, so they have that on the screen. And if you're running, like when you're free running and you're keeping pace, like you're going fast the entire time, you get this thing called a focus shield. And the focus shield basically it makes it so that like bullets like kind of don't do as much damage to you. Like I guess it's kind you're kind of like dodging the bullets kind of, because you're going so fast. So like the bullets don't hit you as much as they would if you were just like running past enemy, like walking past enemies and crap. But so yeah, you get the focus shield by free running, and if you stop running, you like pretty much immediately lose it. So you have to keep moving to keep it up, which is cool. So they're like, you could either fight the guys, or just run past them all with the focus shield. But the combat, they really made it a lot more complicated-ish kind of. Well, I mean, they have this weird mechanic in the game called like stumble, like where you cause enemies to stumble and they take damage from it. Like you have a square which is your basic attack, your fast attacks, and you can use those. Like you could be free running, and you could square on the enemy, and it'll just kind of like daze them so that you can run past them, and you'll still keep up your focus shield. So it's fast enough to where like you could hit like an enemy and then just run off. Like you pretty much hit one, like daze him, and then just run off. But on triangle, you got your heavy attack, which is like a kick pretty much. And with that, like you could direct your kick, like you could press a like left analog stick to kick him to the left and stuff, and right analog stick and triangle to kick him to the right. Yeah. And you could also there's also a dodging mechanic in the game. Yeah. Or like if you're focused on if you're like looking at an enemy and you press R, it's like a dash, like a little dash that you can do. But yeah, you do this little dash around him and stuff. But shit, what was I saying? Yeah, so the attacks that you do, like when you hit an enemy, they stumble back, and if they stumble back and hit like a wall, they take extra damage, which is kind of weird because you just like see them like slowly stumble back and hit a wall, and like they lose like a bunch of health, which is kind of like goofy. But like if you kick an enemy to the right into like their teammate, like you basically kill them or knock them out by like hitting him into their friend, and it looks goofy as hell, dude. A bit, they overkilled it, but they still have it so where you could just run past the enemy, so I'm fine with it. Like if they made it so where you had to fight them, like I'd be like like why would you do that? But yeah, that's the right kick, and then You knock them into the walls and they take damage. But you know what I do like is you can't like spam your attacks. Like if you, no, it's not that there's a stamina system, but like the enemies, they'll like if you try and just spam square on them, they'll just counter you. Like they'll counter you, so you have to use heavy attacks and you have to basically switch them up. Yeah, you can't use the same attacks over and over again. You can't just spam them, which is nice. I like that. And this whole intricate combat system, if you could just, you know, spam square and kill them. But yeah, so then you got that. And then you can change the FOV and stuff, which is awesome. Yeah, so you can see a lot more of the game world than you could in the first. That nasty, yeah. But the lowest is 90 in this one, so it's not that bad. It's better than 70, but you know you could change it to 110, which is great. And like the tuck, like you know how in the first game whenever you jumped you could like tuck in the air. Okay, that was pretty goofy right there. Like the tuck in this game kind of looks goofy, I think. Yeah, kind of like. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna save that clip because that's a pretty.